Alright, we're playing something a little bit different. Well, I say different. It's been on my backlog for a long time. I've played this already. I did play the original Final Fantasy XII way back on the PS2 days, but I never actually got a chance to play the Zodiac Age, which has extra stuff in it. And it's been sitting in my Steam library for a very long time. I can't even, I think maybe like 2018, 2019? Regardless, I've been feeling the itch to explore Ivalice one more time. So let's go! Join me in this strange journey. As a side note, I will probably not say much, if anything at all, during cutscenes, just so everyone can enjoy the story how the creators wanted it to be experienced. Have fun!
In the name of the Father, and in the presence of these holy relics, I hereby pronounce you man and wife from this time forth. May the blessings of the gods light your path for all eternity. Far on.
An attack by both land and air, our kingdom will stand little.
Nabudis has fallen.
Impossible!
My father? I know not. I am sorry.
If Nabudis has indeed fallen, it is only a matter of time before they reach the borders of Dalmasca. There is nothing to halt their advance.
Secure Nalbina with all haste.
I will go.
And I will go at his side.
Galtea, stand watch over your life.
That I be considered worthy.
The fortress is lost! We must withdraw!
No! The paling still stands!
Shield beyond sight, near failing light.
The paling's fallen!
Then it's over!
For my father. For my father!
Lord Rassler!
Blessings of the Great Father descend, and guide your bodies return to the earth. Great Father, guide your spirits return to the Mother of all. There you shall find peace. Pharaoh.
The death of Lord Rassler Heos Nabradia was but one of many tragedies to befall the Kingdom of Dalmasca. The air of hope that had surrounded Her Royal Highness Princess Asha's wedding was now quite lost. Dalmasca had been set adrift at the mercy of history's restless tides. At this time, two great empires struggled for dominion over Ivalice: Arcadia in the east, Rosaria the west. The invasion of the Kingdom of Nabradia was Arcadia's first step in its westward march. With Lord Rassler's beloved homeland consumed by the hellfires of war, it seemed clear that Arcadia would soon mete out a like fate to Dalmasca. The fall of the fortress at Nalbina told the destruction of the greater part of Dalmasca's forces. A counterattack was mounted by the order of the Knights of Dalmasca, ever brave and faithful. But against the martial might of the Arcadian armies, they stood little chance of victory. Indeed, their defeat was to be absolute. Soon thereafter, Arcadia came forward, offering terms of peace, or, as one might rather put it, terms of Dalmasca's surrender. Lord Rabanastre, King of Dalmasca, and my dear friend, had no choice but to accept these terms. It was, thus, only with reluctance that he set out for Nalbina Fortress, now under Arcadian occupation, to affix his seal to the Emperor's Treaty of Peace. The king had scarce departed his royal city of Rabanastre when the remnants of the Order made their return, and not a moment too soon, for a terrible revelation awaited them. The treaty would be signed with steel and writ in royal blood.
You there? Can you hear me?
It's as I feared. They're slowing us down.
Do not say that. Not all of us are here for love of battle. He fights to defend his homeland. Your name?
Rex, sir. My name's Rex.
Good. Rex. You bore a few cuts, but you are still whole. Well, can you stand? Think you can fight?
I'm fine, sir.
How old are you, Rex?
17, sir.
Young. Family?
My brother is all I have left, sir. He's 2 years younger than I, living in Rabanastre.
So young. You're barely old enough to be a man. You shouldn't be forced to wield a sword.
No, sir. I want to fight. For my homeland. And for my parents.
It's time, Bosch. Save the discussion for later. We must reach the king before they act, or all our efforts will be in vain.
I'm aware of the situation.
We found them! Over there!
Bossler, go ahead. I will handle this rabble.
Godspeed.
Steady, Rex. Keep your wits about you and you'll make it. We move!
It still astounds me that this game came out when it did, which I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know it was very early 2010s, maybe just before the 2010s, whenever it was. It still holds up as a pretty damn good game, even now. I get it, this was a remaster, came out on the PS4 whenever it did. I'm playing the Steam version, whatever. It still looks really good and the story still holds up. It's still amazing. Very quickly, just getting through the tutorial bits. Rex as a character was interesting, but yeah. I gotta be careful not to spoil myself, well not myself, but people who may not have experienced the story of Final Fantasy XII. This poor guy. Nice and easy. Point at target, hit target. Don't accidentally whack my glasses onto the microphone. That would be great. I feel even worse for him now because we had an entire squad. Yeah, I'm changing all of this. There are times where having the battle mode on wait helps, especially against bosses, but nah. We can't be waiting forever for these fights to go on.
Captain?
Alright, first boss fight, let's go! I feel like it would go this easily in real life. We're fighting a small little airship, which I'm guessing is the equivalent of like an attack helicopter. So it should have guns, missiles, golly knows what else. And we're whacking it with swords. And succeeding! That would have been a really cool story for Rex to tell his brother when he got back home.
My engines are hit. She'll not hold much longer.
We receive you, Tonberry. You've leave to retire. Well fought.
My thanks, Antlion. Tonberry disengaging.
Thanks for the heals. We have a bro in our squad somewhere, and now these two. I remember the first time playing this and hearing the music. The first time I wasn't too sure about it, but the more I played through the game, the more I fell in love with it. Only to then find out that it was also the same composer as Valkyria Chronicles, that game's soundtrack. So that was a nice surprise. Now I'm not sure if that was in the original Final Fantasy XII or whether that was an addition to the Zodiac Age, but being able to click in the left thumbstick and have the map overlaid over, that was really cool.
Vossler! Where are you?
What if Captain Ivalice has fallen?
Don't talk such nonsense. Vossler's laughed in the face of death far too many times for him to stop now. Men like him don't die in places like this. We must make haste to reach the king. We will take him to safety.
Is His Majesty unharmed?
He'll agree to an unconditional surrender. They wouldn't dare touch him until the wax on his seal is dry.
But if we arrive after he signed the treaty...
Wait. Quickly, Rex!
Don't kill all your enemies, sometimes it's better to run away. I agree. Although we do seem to be doing a very good job overpowering everything. Maybe that device is aimed at the complete newbies. Oh wait, there's a few more of them now. Probably an endless swarm of them. Ooh, shiny blue thing. The amount of times these things have saved my butt.
Intruders! Don't let them escape!
Sir, we have little time. You must go to the king. I'll handle these.
Fight well.
Rex, are you sure, buddy? 3 versus 1. You haven't really thought this through, have you? Although, we're holding our own. Now it's 2v1. Now it's 1v1. Could do with a potion, but we might not need it right now. And he does it. Okay, well done, Rex. Let's guzzle down a high potion. And join up with our good friend Captain Bosch. If we can figure out where the hell he went. That's a door. That's another door. Which door do we take? That door. It's a very pretty palace.
Your Majesty. Captain, why? Our king, what have you done?
The king intended all along to sell Dalmasca to the Empire. His Majesty was a traitor.
Captain,
Seize the insurgent. Hello!
Well, so much for peaceful negotiations.
We'll never surrender to you. We are not cattle to be sold by a traitor king.
But the war is over, my dear Captain. You have lost. Dalmasca is the property of the Empire now. And to think, we intended to let you keep some of your sovereignty, out of respect. But now you've gone and ruined that. Haven't you, Captain?
We will never bow to you.
And the people of Dalmasca will hate you for it. Take the captain away.
Off you go.
Vaughn.
Pretenses of peace left by the wayside, the Arcadian forces resumed their advance toward Rabanastre. Dalmasca's doom had been decided. To make resistance would serve no end. With this foremost in my thoughts, I to the people of Dalmasca. Sons and daughters of Dalmasca, I bid you lay down your arms. Raise songs of prayer in their stead. Prayer for His Majesty King Rabanastre, ever merciful, a man devoted wholly to peace. Prayer, too, for the noble Princess Ashe, who, wrought with grief at her kingdom's defeat, has taken her own life. Know also that Captain Bosch von Ronsenberg, for incitement of sedition and the assassination of His Royal Majesty King Rabanastre, has been found guilty of high treason and put to his death. They who at this late hour choose still the sword are cut of the same cloth as the captain. Traitors who would lead Dalmasca to her ruin. Dalmasca's surrender without terms was soon to follow.
Hurry it up or they'll find us.
I know. Just a little more. You keep an eye out for me up there, Kites. 1, 2, 3 more. All right. Time to clean house.
And we have now been reduced to hunting rats. These things are huge though, to be fair. If I woke up one day and there was one of those in my room, I would scream the house down. I am a complete P-word. I'm the kind of person who can deal with like spiders, but not by picking them up. By putting a glass over them, bit of paper, chuck them out the window. I would never kill a spider. I love spiders.
Wow,
from a
Vaughn,
distance.
You got them all yourself? Guess I know who to call when something big comes along.
Hey, it's good practice for the desert. I'm ready for anything now.
Huh.
That's enough for today. You should get back to Miguel's place, Kites. Aren't you running errands for him?
Oops, totally forgot. You should come, Vaughn. He's busy today. Might have some work for you to do, too.
I've got other, work to do. Hey, lock this place up for me, will you? If Miguel finds out we've been down here, he'll tan our hides.
Huh? What'd you say?
Sir, you haven't paid, and I... What? Haven't paid? Second thought. Please, sir, take it. It's a gift.
Leave the poor sod be. We don't want trouble today.
Your luck, peddler.
Oops, sorry.
Watch where you're going, churl.
What? My pouch! It's gone!
The boy! Get out the way! Oh!
What? Hey, that's mine.
What do you mean, yours? You've been stealing again. What happens if they catch you? We need you to be there for us, Vaughn. You're no good to anyone if you're locked away in a dungeon.
Oh, what? Am I the leader now? We're orphans. The first thing you learn is you gotta watch out for yourself. Come on, Pinello. You know it as well as I do. Hey, you give that back. What do you think you're doing?
I thought that this money was the people of Dalmasca's property. The Imperials stole it from us, so it's only fair that we take it back. It's our duty as Dalmascans. Well, wasn't that what you said?
Yeah, but I never said anything about taking it back from me.
This is for that bread you took the other day. Just because I help Miguelo out every now and then, it doesn't mean that you get to eat for free too, you know.
I know that. You think I like living like this? One of these days, I'll fly an airship of my own. I'll be a sky pirate, free to go where I will.
Well, be careful. You'll never fly anything if you're rotting in a dungeon. Oh, Miguelo had some errands that need doing. He wanted you to drop by his place. It might be a good idea to lend a hand.
Alright. Time to get lost round this labyrinth of a city. Honestly, it's a beautiful city and very well designed. Would love to live in it personally, but I would get utterly lost. I would need a childhood friend like Penelo just to know where the hell to go, or a floating map. This was really like the last good era of games. I feel like the PS2 had such great games out for it. Although maybe other players complained about Rabanastre being too labyrinthian, and that's why they made Final Fantasy XIII just one massive corridor.
Vaughn, I was waiting.
Penelo said you needed something?
Had me some packages supposed to be arriving by courier. In the morning, perhaps he ran into some trouble out in the desert. Now I've no foodstuffs to prepare for the banquet tonight.
So you want me to find this courier? Hey, no problem.
No problem. The desert teems with trouble. I'd be sending you to an early grave, my boy. No, I've arranged for some replacement goods from Tomage over at the Sandsea.
So you want me to go to the tavern to pick him up?
Actually, I asked Kites to do that. Wouldn't you know he's gone missing on me, too. I can't leave my shop, and I've Penelo on another chore at the moment, you see. What I want you to do is run over to the Sandsea and fetch Kites back. What do you say?
Sounds wild.
It's easy work, and you'll thank me for it someday.
Take it, Vaughn. I'd rather do work like that. Better than no work at all. Also, I like how Ivalice is very receptive towards different races. It appears. I'm not entirely caught up on my lore of Ivalice, but there doesn't seem to be much like racism going on. Although I suppose the Vieira like to keep to themselves for the most part. Kind of like the elves from Lord of the Rings. There's something about Rabanastre as well that reminds me of living in London, like the big city kind of a life. And then you've got the low town, the underground bits, which are kind of like the slums. And I've visited places like that myself. And even though it's poverty-stricken kind of places, you meet some interesting people there, you know? I'm not there all the time, but when I am there, it's like, oh, they're just living their life, trying to survive, but they're friendly enough people. As long as you don't piss them off.
There you are, Kites. Stop loafing around.
Look, Vaughn, look! This is it! This is why Miguelo's courier didn't get here on time.
A creature spotted in the Ester Sand. What is that thing?
Ah, Vaughn! Miguelo sent you too, did he? He's a busy man these days, that Miguelo, if I dare say so myself. I don't envy him the work, though. Not a bit. Quite the affair throwing a banquet to welcome the Imperials, eh?
Welcoming? We should be... whatever. Say, Tomage, what's this?
Nah, don't remind me. Got some nastiness out there in the Ester Sand. What's stopping our couriers? And that means shortages all around. Thought I'd put up a bill, offer a reward to anyone who can knock that nasty back in its place.
Now that's work. Sounds 10 times better than running errands for Miguelo.
That's right! Vaughn, you should give it a shot!
And you should be getting back to Miguelo. Now, Kites. He was waiting for you.
Oh, right.
Okay, I agree with Vaughn. Hunting bounties is much better work. Like, if I was in that position, I would do exactly the same. Running errands or doing any other kind of work, nah. Let's go hunt things. It's kind of like, every guild adventure isekai anime ever, but the idea of working for a guild and hunting monsters sounds fun. Until the day comes I find like a giant frog that swallows me whole, and I'm like, ah, okay, maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all. The one thing about this game that kind of stickles a little bit, the license board system. Because in this game, you've got to get the license and then buy the spell or equipment or whatever. Apart from a few things, it's like you gotta do more work. Although I suppose it wasn't the worst leveling up system I've ever seen. I love how it's giving me this warning, and I think I know roughly where to go in order to change my license board. So like, it'll stop you from changing it immediately, but yeah, like, once you're into the clan hall, you can change boards there. And I know roughly where that is. So it wouldn't take long to change the license board if I actually wanted to. But I think that means you gotta start all over again. Although I think you can revert to a license board that you have already started and continue with it. But it's been a long time since I played this, and yet I didn't play Zodiac Age, so I might be wrong. This is as much a learning experience for me as it is for you guys. Shikari. I wonder if they got any influence from the band. I like that kind of a job, anything with daggers, although I kind of prefer characters that wield like dual daggers. Like the female protagonist from the Tenchu series. I blame her for my dual wielding dagger fetish. Alright, are we ready? Let's go. There was a point where I would be able to run around Rabanastre and know where I was going without having to look at the map once. But that was many moons ago, and I've completely lost all muscle memory for this game. So we're going to spend the next couple of weeks relearning it. I say that, but we're going to spend half the game out of Rabanastre. So yeah.
You there, let's see some papers, boy. No public passage on account of the Lord Consul's parade.
Oh gee, that's too bad. You see, it just so happens that your provisioner for the fete tonight, he sent me to pick up a few choice morsels for the Consul's dining pleasure. He wants them quick. I got the writ of transit right here. You see? Signed, Magello. I just hate to see the Consul upset because his food wasn't ready on time. And I sure hate to see him take it out on you.
The Lord Consul is a great man, and not one to take offense in such trifling matters. Move along, boy. Wouldn't do to keep the Consul waiting. Right, gates are closed after this.
Alright. I will say one thing. At the very end you can see the Giza Plains. Although it probably was a lot less obvious in the original game, but in this version, because it's a more high resolution, you can kind of see it's just like a picture. Like someone's plastered a JPEG at the end of it. It's not hugely noticeable, and you can kind of forgive it, considering the age of this game, but it does kind of stick out to me. Although, with the way things are going, there's probably going to be a remake of this game too, at some point. So we'll look forward to that. But until then, I'll leave you for now until next time. Thanks for sticking with me. Bye!